Morning. Tip of the morning to you. Tip of the morning. This is Karen Cochrane Hall from Tarabiz Condado and clientmarketingsolutions.com. It's the beginning of another fresh, lovely week. What are we going to do? What are we going to gain? What are we going to achieve? How are we going to help? How are we going to serve folks the best way possible this week? That's one of the questions I would say that we need to ask ourselves as we open a new week. So I hope you've had a fantastic weekend. I have. This Friday I would actually like to do a Facebook Live on what I would say would be my weekend planning and my weekend routines. Because I like to practice what I call the 3 R's, and the 3 R's are recovering, rejuvenating and renovating. What do I mean by that? Recovering is recovering, filling my oil lamp again, energy wise, getting a little bit more sleep, doing things that chill me, that relax me, that bring me to my point of calm. Rejuvenating, that would be if I haven't done as much perhaps exercise, if I haven't done as much meditation, if I haven't eaten my greens, my green smoothies, etc. I will make sure that at the weekend I look after myself in every way. And renovating, that basically is my term of, because it sounds good, the 3 R's, doesn't it? So renovating to me means I don't go and renovate my house, I go and I renovate myself. I go in to myself and I say, what is something that I would like to learn? What is there something, a life skill or a business skill that I would like to improve on? And that's what I use part of my weekend for as well, because the rest of the week I don't always have the time because I'm working. Good morning, Francisco. Buenos dias, Francisco. So, what did I do? Well, this weekend I've been reading a book by Osho. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. Osho, about mind and body balance. I wrote my own book last year on Big Beautiful Balance. So obviously balance, I love listening to tapes and listening to other people, their webinars, and also reading great books that will inspire me. So I did that, and I listened to a chap called Joel Osteen. He's very, very good, and also a little bit of Abraham Hicks, and some TED Talks. TED Talks can be very good as well. And a couple of videos on YouTube of Simon Sinek, who is absolutely amazing. I love this guy. He's the guy that wrote The Big Why, or talks about, one of his famous TED Talks, he talks about the big why, that if we don't have a big why, it's not that important how or when we do this stuff for people, it's the big why. Why do we do what we do? So good morning, Kirsty. Tip of the morning to you. So the tip of today, I want to try and keep these Facebook Lives a little bit briefer, because obviously being Northern Irish, I haven't been and I haven't kissed the Blarney Stone, but I think it's in our genes, folks. Once we get going on something, we get going. So I want to be briefer today and as we go on, so that you get really good value, the people that are listening to the Facebook Lives daily, Monday to Friday, tip of the morning. Hopefully I will always try and get it done between 8 and 9. So the tip today is related to what I would call our sleep hygiene process. I've got quite a few clients and students that over the years, and myself, that when I personally have been stressed out over the years, I find that sometimes it's the first thing that will go, it will be my sleeping habits, that I will wake up during the night, or I'll find it difficult to fall over to sleep, etc., etc., or I don't get enough sleep, or good quality sleep. So what have I found that has worked best for me and for people that, clients, coaching clients and business clients that have come to me and said, listen, we're not sleeping very well. Well, what I've found that works is what I call my 5 minutes before I go to sleep routine. And it's basically when you're in that dozy point where you know that you're falling over to sleep. And this is a great question, and it's a point of awareness. What are you actually thinking on? Are you thinking about the things that have gone wrong, the shit that has hit the fan during the day, the things that are worrying you, the things that for the next day you're worried about? If you're doing that, what are you doing? You're setting yourself up for a bad sleep. What I recommend and what I do and what I'm seeing is working not only for me and for my peeps is thinking on the things that have gone well, focusing on the outcomes that you want. It's all about focus and it's all about mindset. So even when it comes to the point of going over to sleep, drifting over to sleep, in the last 5 minutes, guys, in those 5 minutes, please, 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 think on beautiful things, think on things that make your heart sing, make your soul sing. The outcomes that you want, those dreams, go off to sleep dreaming. How better to go off to sleep? So that's something that I find works amazingly. I'm just looking at I think we need a little bit of garbanzo shaker to break any negative energies that we might have this fine Monday morning. Remember that I set myself a challenge by the 6th of July to have translated my book into Spanish, and I set my daily page translation number, and to keep checking in with my metrics. Good morning, buenos dias, Bea. Te quiero, mi amor. And I didn't. It's happened, as it will happen. On Friday, I had an extremely busy day, and in the afternoon, I chose not to do the translation. I chose to actually chill for an hour because I had a later on in the evening meeting, and I knew that I was getting tired. It had been a long week, so I made the choice to not do the translation. I made the choice also to not do it over the weekend because I was with my 3 hours, and I decided not to do it, and I will do double time today. That is the metrics, that is keeping myself accountable, and the metrics, the numbers, are important because then you can check in and see exactly how you're progressing towards that goal. Remember that reverse engineering that was done on the Facebook Live last Monday, okay, if you want to go back and listen to that. So my challenge, I have to do double time today, and I will do that. The positivity alarm that, if you remember, I put a positivity alarm every so often on my iPhone, so it rings and reminds me. It brings me back to my point of calm. It reminds me my positivity where I should be at as I go through the day. My positivity alarm that I wanted to share to you today is I am a master manifestor. That comes up on my screen during the day and reminds me that I am a master manifestor. And even if I'm not a master manifestor today, I keep on repeating those words because our words and our pictures create our reality. It's what we focus on. And what I would say to that is the importance of the words I am. Whatever follows I am, if you keep on repeating something to yourself that's positive, you will attract that reality into your life. However, the flip thing happens as well. If we're talking about things that are negative, for example, you keep on bumping into stuff and you keep on I think the word is phlegating, you keep on self-knocking, which is a very Irish thing actually. We do it in a jokey way, but it's not a very subtle way of actually biting ourselves in the neck. So what I would recommend here is be very careful, because if you keep on saying, God, I'm so clumsy, I am so clumsy, I'm so clumsy, what are you going to get? That you're going to keep on bumping into things and you will be clumsy. So if you remove those negative descriptions of yourself, and if you can't say nothing, there's a great saying, if you can say no, say nothing. If you can't say anything good, say nothing. So that's what I would say. Put this into practice. The I ams are very important. And what I'm doing today, this evening, as part of my little stretching routine daily, I'm going to actually sit down and write out and think about my 10 top I ams. And I'm going to be brutally honest, the awareness factor is important. You have to be honest to be able to know where you're at to move forward. You've got to be realistic. So if out of your top 10, 9 of them are negative, and you're not getting the results in your life or your business that you want, could that be? Because you need to change your language. All right, so that's what I would say. I hope you like my earrings today. I know you guys that are watching are not going to be doing flashy earrings, but I always believe whatever form you're in, whatever mood you're in, a good set of earrings can change everything, guys. Okay, I've also treated myself to the Tree of Life with my trackers, my precious or semi-precious stones. If they were precious stones, somebody would probably rip it off my neck, but isn't that sweet? I treated myself to that on Friday. We have to have a little bit of self-care as well. So, positivity alarm, the I ams, be very, very careful what you follow on the words and the descriptions. I am a great person. I am fantastic. You may not feel it, but if you repeat it often enough, it will. Because the funny old thing, and I was listening, I think it was the Abraham Hicks YouTube videos I listened to over the weekend, said something, and it's a very, very powerful reminder. Our mind, our subconscious, more to the point, does not understand whether the things that we're saying to ourselves are real or not. So what does that mean? That if you keep on saying to yourself, I am a horrible person, you will believe and you will create that reality. If you say, I am a master manifester, as in my positivity alarms, you keep on repeating that, your subconscious will create and attract these things to us. So it's all about mindset. Our success or not, 80% of our success or not is about our mindset. 20% is the actions that we actually take, the implementation, the planning, and then they work a plan or set a plan and then work the plan. Is 20%, only 20% of the actual results that we get. It's our mindset that will change the results. It's totally about our mindset. So this is what all of these Facebook Lives really are about. If the penny hasn't dropped, we're talking about just taking one of the tips and applying it to your lives. And the whole point of the Facebook Lives is, I've seen this work in my own life. I've seen splendid results come from it. I've seen amazing results come from my coaching clients as well, and from people that are in my mastermind groups, etc. They're applying a lot of this, and we're on a life lesson. We're on a huge trip, a huge journey. We want to enjoy the trip, at the same time improve, grow, stretch, and beat those fears. So that's what I would suggest that you do. It's a gentle nudge, a gentle, caring nudge in the right direction. So I hope you get great value from these. Please, if you do get the value and you think of other people in your lives that would appreciate it, 1, tell me you love them. Don't be shy. Follow me, so that although you may not be able to see me live, you will get it. It will come up on your Facebook, the notifications, and you will be able to watch in the evening. And then secondly, share the video. If it resonates with you, it will resonate with other people in your life. So love you loads. God bless. This has been Karen Cochrane Hall from Tara Biz Condell and clientmarketingsolutions.com. I will see you tomorrow. Have a blessed day. Bye bye.